Welcome to Jackets TV, presented by Ohio Health. It's time for a Western Conference playoff preview between the number 1 seed Vancouver Canucks and the number 8 seed Los Angeles Kings. I'm Bob McElligott along with Bill Davidge.
Well, the LA Kings sneak in right away. They are the number 8 seed, and it looked like they might be able to hang on to that number 3 being part of their division, but they lose that to Phoenix. What do you think right now, Bobby, when you take a look at the LA Kings? First of all, where are their strengths? And where does it lie, and where do you see them going against a pretty solid hockey team?
Well, their strengths obviously start in the net with Jonathan Quick. I mean, this guy throughout the course of the season puts himself in the conversation for the Vezina Trophy, doesn't give up very many goals, and it's a good thing because his team doesn't score very many goals. They tried to make improvements at the trading deadline to up that offense. It has been continuing to be a work in progress there for the Los Angeles Kings. And I know a lot of playoff games are low-scoring games, but I'm not so sure the LA Kings are going to have enough scoring to find a way to get past the Vancouver Canucks in this series.
Well, they bring in Jeff Carter, and since that time, the team has upped their goals for by at least a goal. Now, that's a good sign, but I agree with you totally. I think a lot of your offense starts with your defense, and when you've got a guy, again, like Drew Doughty, who is a puck-moving defenseman, he hasn't had the greatest of years, but it stops right there with Drew Doughty. Who else is going to be able to get the puck up? Because your transition game, that's where your offense starts. And then when you look at the team that they're playing against, well, that's what their team is all about.
No, absolutely. You're right. And would they like to have Jack Johnson as a transition guy in this series? I think they would. But the Vancouver Canucks, you're right. They have multiple guys in the back end that are going to get that transition game going. And then when they get the puck up front, well, we know that they've got great talented forwards. It all starts with the Twins, the Sedins. I know Daniel spent some time on the shelf there after getting racked on a hit and getting a concussion. But you know what? These guys know how to play in the playoffs. There's no question about it. They're not going to be the most physical team in the playoffs. We've seen that before, but they're going to find a way to get the job done. And just the quick puck movement, I think it's going to be too much. I think it's going to overwhelm the Los Angeles Kings in this first-round series.
And I really think, too, if you're going to look at how this series is going to be won and lost, it's going to be back in the net again. Jonathan Quick had a great year. Now he's in a situation he's got to prove it at the playoffs. Roberto Luongo will get the start, but behind him, when you've got a Corey Schneider, the advantage certainly goes to the Vancouver Canucks. And the other thing, well, their second President's Cup or President's Trophy here in the last 2 years. They've been to the finals before, and I think that experience they're going to draw on it. And I think this is going to be a real quick series. I've got the Vancouver Canucks in 5.
And I'll tell you what, last year when you saw Luongo and Schneider alternating, that was a cause for concern. Now that they have done that, and they got to the Stanley Cup final, into Game 7 last year, I don't think it matters to the Vancouver Canucks who's playing in net. If one guy's not getting the job done, put the other guy in. It's not going to change what goes on up front. But I agree with you. The Vancouver Canucks in 5 games will take care of the Los Angeles Kings. The Kings will be out. The Blue Jackets will get a better draft pick out of that number 1 pick they acquired along with Jack Johnson, and we'll move on to the second round. Right?
I like it. I like it.
All right.
You want that?
All right, that's Bill Davidge. I'm Bob McElligott. Thanks for watching Jackets TV, presented by Ohio Health.